Now we're moving on to the level 9 version. Swashbuckler 4, Battlemaster 5. This is going to be the basis for a couple level 12 builds that we could create. We're doing on miss damage, so we use Phalar Aluve Shriek, we use the Shield of Scorching Reprisal, Blazing Retaliation. Then we swap to the Adamantine Shield for crit immunity, dash, pause, and then we get into battle here. So this is in the Lithid colony underneath Moonrise after fighting Ketheric. And there's a room full of a bunch of undead along with the Death Shepherd there that revives the undead. So we're going to try to, you can see we have 25 AC right now. We're going to try to kill everything by just making them miss. I try to just start off some damage with a wall of fire here. You don't have to use scrolls if you don't want to. In fact, my scroll casting is pretty terrible right now since my intelligence is 8 and intelligence is still my spell casting modifier. What I want to do is get Stage Fright and also get Sonic Overload going. And those will both ride on my Blazing Retaliation along with Callous Glow Ring. So I'll do Psionic Overload here, and then when they get more grouped around me, hopefully I can also get some Stage Fright going. Unfortunately, I took some damage from, I think, Psionic Overload there, which means I lost concentration. I think I made my constitution not the best here. I'm either at 10 or 12, I can't remember. But, yeah. I love having Riposte. You can use it on your own turn by triggering opportunity attacks as long as you don't move too far out of range with your movement. Just move just outside of the opportunity attack and you can trigger Riposte on your own turn. Or if enemies attack you, you can just trigger it on their turn. There are some extra attack abuse mechanics you can do with it if you want to. I think it's a little bit too much trouble in terms of actually having fun playing the game, but it's definitely an option. So now there's a big group. I can Stage Fright all of them. Hopefully, some of them got Stage Fright, so we'll see. If you want to increase your chances of Stage Fright, you can use an arrow of many targets with your Gloves of Baneful striking. But you can see everyone's taking, thunder damage from Shriek and radiant damage from the Callous Glow, fire damage from Blazing Retaliation, and the psychic damage from Sonic Overload, and potentially the Stage Fright. I did take one hit there. They must have rolled pretty high. I'm not able to get the sneak attack off here because I'm too close to the other enemy and I don't have like a dirty trick advantage or anything. So I just dash across to be able to get away from the second enemy, and then I'm able to get a sneak attack off. I forgot to load the combat log here, sorry about that. I am taking some damage here from Sonic Overload, but I think it's worth it. There's no point in using Riposte if your on miss Retribution kills the enemy anyway. I think it's a very fun playstyle to walk up to a group of enemies and just evade all their attacks while they die to their own misses. I don't want the video to take forever, so I think I do use another scroll here. I'm thinking about hanging out of this. I want to take as many opportunity attacks as possible anyways. And I do also want to trigger Bloodlust for an extra action. I'm not using haste here. I'm not using haste in either of the videos actually, just to show you don't need it. I am using the Bloodlust elixir though. So I trigger an extra action. I'm going to trigger some more damage with on miss. I probably could have killed that last enemy. They revive at 1 health when they die unless you kill them with radiant damage, which is obviously nice here since I'm doing radiant damage on my retribution damage. But I probably could have just triggered an opportunity attack and killed that last one instead of attacking them. And here's where I decide to... Oh, nice. And because I have the boots of Stormy Clamour, some of this damage is triggering the reverberation and causing them to go prone. I am able to disarm the Death Shepherd, which is really nice. And then it's an easy kill. Now they can't revive any more of their minions. And the rest of the battle should be easy. I still have my action surge left because I haven't used it yet. But now that the Death Shepherd's gone, I can just finish up here. I do use a Fireball scroll here just for fun. Of course, it's not needed. And my intelligence is only 8. But it helps me clean up the fight a little bit faster. And Riposte is just, it's one of my favorite abilities here. Really fun to watch them miss and then counterattack. Especially when you're building for misses. At this point, my Blazing Retaliation has run out, my Shriek has run out. I think Blazing Retaliation is only about 4 turns and Shriek's 5. So now I just have to fight the old-fashioned way with maneuvers and rakish sneak attacks and... This character doesn't have Booming Blade because this is my Wood Elf character, unfortunately. But I think this character should probably be played with a High Elf or at least a half High Elf for the Booming Blade cantrip. Since you at least aren't going to be taking Hexblade until later if you do take Hexblade. But we'll get to that in Lich's videos. So only 2 enemies left, they're lying on the ground. And I will show my gear at the end here, so you can see the full build. And that's it. So we'll move over to the weird Skull Shrine here and show you my gear. Holy Lance Helm, Cloak of Protection, Yuan-Ti, Baneful Striking, Stormy Clamour, Phalar Aluve, Adamantine Shield, Bow the Banshee, Free Action, Callous Glow, and Amulet of the Harpers.